The First Opium War. In the late 19th century, beginning in the 1830s, relationships between Britain and China were far from ideal. British traders were flooding China with opium, making enormous profits. Opium, a substance derived from poppies, could serve as painkillers, but when smoked, it became a highly addictive narcotic. Unsurprisingly, China was not thrilled about its citizens becoming dependent on this drug. Eventually, the Chinese government decided to put an end to the crisis by officially making opium illegal. However, the British blatantly ignored this law. A furious Chinese official named Lin Xiu took action. He went to port, destroyed all the opium he could find, and shut the port down. In response, Britain sent their navy, easily overwhelming the less advanced Chinese fleet. After asserting dominance, the British forced China to sign a humiliating treaty that made British citizens exempt from Chinese law, required China to open five duty-free ports for British trade, and granted Britain a new colony, Hong Kong. China emerged from this undignified conflict deeply resentful of the West. The nation resolved to preserve its traditions, resist dependence on foreigners, and rely on historic strength to rebuild its power. That was the first Opium War. I'm going to start reading the second one. Alright. The Second Opium War. By mid-19th century, China was already weakened and distracted by its internal rebellion. When Chinese authorities seized a ship named the Arrow in Canton despite its expired British registration, Britain claimed the act insulted the British flag. Using it as an excuse to wage war on China once again, France, seizing an opportunity, joined Britain under the pretext of avenging a murdered missionary. The British and French forces quickly captured Canton and pressed their campaign deeper into China. Under pressure, the Chinese government agreed to sign the Treaty of Tientsin, but when the emperor refused to ratify due to its harsh terms, Even after the signing, the Allies continued their advance, eventually reaching Beijing as retribution for the Chinese resistance and mistreatment of prisoners. The British and French troops looted and burned the old summer palace, further disgracing the Qin dynasty. The war concluded with another agreement, the Convention of Peking, which ratified the Treaty of Tientsin and added even more humiliating concessions. These included legalization of opium, permanent foreign embassies in Beijing, 11 additional ports open to foreign trade, British gaining more territory, including the Kowloon Peninsula, missionaries granted the right to lease and purchase land for homes and churches. China required to pay increased war indemnities. In conclusion, together, the First and Second Opium War humiliated China and deepened its resentment towards the West and foreign powers. These conflicts not only exposed China's own vulnerability, but set a stage for a long-lasting struggle between tradition and modernization.